Mammonocracy, the government of money, by money, for money. Hello, my name is Christopher Wern, and I am the author of the book Mammonocracy, the government of money, by money, for money. This video is the second part of a simplified run through the book. I recommend buying the book, but actually I'm more bothered to spread the central messages. So, in the first video, where had we got to? This is a book and a video about a stranglehold of management through politics, finance and law. Wealth control. The first video explained how we got here. This one looks at how the new class system affects us and looks at how we are fixed for the future. Go back to the pyramid. First observation. Look around you. A lot of people are unhappy, aren't they? Let's go through the classes first and try to see why. Start with wealth control. Do you ever see a guy in a Merc smile? Blokes in vans and lasses in Toyota Starlets, yes, but the ruling class are fighting to stay in control, often against the will of others, and it's not easy. And the middle class, look at what they do. Remember the 3 B's. It's not exactly improving or sustaining the quality of people's lives, is it? No wonder many enjoy the money, but wish they were doing something else. And then the real working class, running harder and harder to offset all the waste elsewhere. And dependents, more and more of them, with less and less resource to assist. And the behaviour of people is twisted by the twisted values of money and markets. Look at the concept of service to others, one of life's pleasures. But in a mammonocracy it is viewed in one of 2 ways. It is either seen as having value, so the price must go up, or is it as an unsustainable burden and cut out. Neither help the customer. Next, because money never sleeps, we all feel the pressure to rush around all the time. And another subtle pressure comes from adverts. They don't always inform, but are there to create envy, keeping up with the Joneses. So style, results, appearances matter more than substance. And society as a whole is twisted by the pressures of money and markets. Look, London and the South East, where the money is hopelessly crowded, as other areas are deserted. There are over 200,000 second homes in the UK, and several million people without one decent one. The roads crazily busy with people getting to short-term jobs that dictate they make short-term transport arrangements, the car. The country is full of organisations that defend their conduct much better than they address problems. Our society relies on teamwork. Mammonocracy seeks to exploit our selfish side. And so, we are all so busy fulfilling our role in the wealth control project that we have little time for the private projects that are our lives. Look around you. Is Britain a team or a PLC? Are we a society, or as Thatcher said, a collection of individuals? Go back to John Kennedy's phrase. Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. Now, look at the list on the left. Useful people, poorly paid. And on the right, the exploitative opposite, handsomely rewarded. How perverse is that? And how is a sense of fairness and team ethic meant to be attractive when some leaders of the team are amassing huge private wealth while the public faces huge debt? Vince Cable saw it some time ago. Privatise profit and nationalise debt. Now, pause. Surely wealth control started as a tool of democratic government, and now democratic government cannot control it. What have these people done with that influence? What have they done for the team? Encouraged us all, including government, to borrow more, buy more, eat more, drink more, and borrow more again. Result 1. Britain has generated huge turnover from which the ruling class have taken their cut. Nice. Result 2. Britain is massively in debt. Very worrying. Result 3. People feel powerless, and that's probably why they don't vote in elections. Probably because they see it doesn't make much difference. Dangerous territory. And, since I wrote the book, a contemporary example has arisen that demonstrates the narrow vision of the ruling class and the effects of their decisions on society at large. The example: costs and benefits of shutting post office. Start by being provocative. Cheapest option for a post office service would be to have one really big one in London. Or you could have 100 regionally, or 2,000 or more. Now, take a run through the pros and cons of closing a post office for each sector of our pyramid. First, the staff management C, in green. Looks good to them. Lower visible costs. Reduces a pension liability, curbs the unions, politics, and it probably builds up business for others, such as banks. Then, to the new middle class. Not much effect. A bit less admin, maybe. Then, the wealth generators. Fewer post offices means a bit more travelling, more cost to use, and the service is less useful. Not good. For dependents, less post offices means more dependency. That's no good. More travelling and more cost to use. And finally, a challenge for cost-benefit modelling, value to the community. The value of things such as loss of community focus in rural areas, the cost of acceleration of drift to the cities, impeding home working, the fact that we have more traffic on roads and fewer rural jobs. So, think of a cost-benefit analysis. The management see mainly green, yes, close post offices down, but the rest of the graphic is full of red stuff. If you look at the bigger picture, should we not be opening new post offices? And our management are doing the opposite. There are plenty of other examples. So, as a PLC, how are we doing? Scary. Fact. We make a 3% loss on annual turnover. We have sold a great proportion of our assets. Too many of our companies cannot compete or are part of multinationals that are controlled by others. Okay, we do well at pharmaceuticals, shops, services, defence. The rest we don't consistently compete at the highest level. Does trading at a loss matter? Hugely. We're going bust, slowly. And the map of the future? Ooh, there we are. A fringe nation with a fascinating history, weak currency, shambolic capital, and a ridiculous climate. And that future? An economy hobbled by debt. A next generation putting their best into finance and law, not science and industry. And there's the distrusted EU, our main trading partner. Possibly distrusted because the Eurozone may be better placed than we are. Don't we need more than a change of government? We need a change of management. Well, after 2 videos, that's more or less the end of the book and the end of the analysis. What can we do? Lots. Tell others, explain, publicise, network, join the debate. Keep your own money affairs and your own work in perspective. Make your own entertainment, bake, cook, sports, read, teams, volunteer. Learn, less TV and less fast food. Balance your finances. Wealth seems to bring as much anxiety as does debt. Think mutuality, it's coming back into fashion. Enjoy the advertiser, struggling to attract your hard-earned cash. Challenge your information. It's your life and time is your first dimension. It certainly is mine. Come on, has anyone said on their deathbed that they wish they'd spent more time in business meetings? Let's sum this up in one diagram. There's the central theme, and that's the end of the book. So why is there a 3rd video? To look beyond analysis of what is wrong and to identify ways of making the necessary adjustment. Final message. Keep some perspective. Be thankful for a great deal that is good about Britain. This is about a necessary adjustment, not a revolution. But it's an important message. You could order the book, or if you want a presentation in person, send an email to chris@mammonocracy.com. And now, if you do nothing else, go out and do something randomly kind. It's goodbye from me. Oh look, and it's goodbye from them. Thank you for watching.